Hello everyone, I'm back with another album review. Today I'm going to be going over Appeal to Reason from Rise Against. It's the fifth studio album from Rise Against, as well as their fourth and final anti-Bush album. It's also the first Rise Against album to feature Zach Blair as the lead guitarist. After Chris Trask left in 2007, they brought in Zach Blair to take his place. And a friend of mine even pointed out that Zach was once the guitarist for Gwar, which I think is pretty cool. This album was recorded at the Blasting Room in Fort Collins, Colorado. It was once again produced by Bill Stevenson and Jason Livermore. From what I read, is that Bill and Jason wanted to incorporate a softer tone to this album, try to go for a darker feel to it. I also read that for this album, Rise Against went for a more radio-friendly sound rather than the gritty punk rock sound that previously defined them. This album was released on October 7th, 2008. It was released under Interscope, which is the same record label as Nine Inch Nails. And how awesome is it for Rise Against to be with the same record label as Nine Inch Nails? Anyways, the lyrics of this album primarily focused on political issues in America at the time, such as the Bush administration and the war in Iraq. This album went off to sell over 500,000 copies and was later certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. This album even peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200. Notice that critics were also split on the album. While some praised the album's radio-friendly sounds, others criticized it for abandoning the old gritty hardcore punk sound that previously defined the band. And onto the songs. The album starts with Collapse, Post-America, which is about America collapsing due to problems caused by the Bush administration. Re-Education Through Labor was the first song to get released as a single, and the single was released on August 25th, 2008. The music video did show a text explaining problems that were going on in the world at the time, such as problems with the GOP and the projected cost of the war in Iraq. The video even showed people on mopeds planting backpacks full of bombs around the band's hometown of Chicago. From Heads Up, Worthy is another song protesting against the war in Iraq. Strength You On is about the U.S. trying to recover after the damage that had been caused by the Bush administration. Audience of One was the second song to get released as a single, and the single was released on March 3rd, 2009. The song goes for more of an alternative rock sound despite the fact that the album is primarily centered around melodic hardcore and hardcore punk. The music video does feature a boy who closely resembles George W. Bush playing with various objects that portray high gas prices, the war in Iraq, gay marriage, a soldier's funeral, destruction caused by Hurricane Katrina, deforestation, home foreclosures, and other stuff like that. The video also shows Rise Against performing in a miniature version of the White House lawn, which is later destroyed by the boy at the end of the video. Entertainment is my personal favorite song from this album, and it's about the Castro play and how they hardly make any money. Hero of War was the third song to get released as a single, and the single was released on May 20th, 2009. And the song is centered around acoustic rock, and it's about a soldier enlisting in the army and going to war. This song is meant to be from the perspective of the soldier and showing how destructive wars can be. It also explains that the soldier also gunned down a woman who was holding a white flag. The soldier, later a veteran, becomes revolted, and whether or not people see him as a hero of war, despite the bad that he had done while he was in the army. The music video even shows soldiers in war. At the end of the video, sirens are heard as implied that the soldier had descended into violence caused by PTSD. One more song I'd like to discuss is Savior. So it's the fourth and final song to get released as a single. And the single was released on June 3rd, 2009. The song is actually one of the most successful songs from Rise Against, and they play that song in all of their concerts. The song is about a couple who had just split up. Now, the music video was directed by Kevin Kerslake, who had previously directed the videos for Ready to Fall and Re-Education Through Labor. The video also features a bunch of fursuiters dancing and engaging in a mosh pit, which I thought was pretty cool. And the fursuiters were all Kevin's idea. Kevin even stated that there are some political themes within the video, such as a polar bear representing the endangered species, and an elephant representing the Republican Party. The elephant even punches and kicks the polar bear, causing him to leave and get on a bus. The polar bear later notices the elephant limping on the sidewalk. He later makes the bus driver stop. The elephant later boards the bus, sits by the polar bear, and the two of them hold hands. Meanwhile, Rise Against are smashing their instruments throughout the video. I'm gonna link the video in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Yeah, it's actually one of the best videos that Rise Against have ever done. Now, there are some songs that are not on this version of the album, such as Historia Calamitatum, which is on the Australian version, Sight Unseen, which is on the Japanese version, and Elective Amnesia, which is on the iTunes version. Now, unfortunately, those songs were released on Long Forgotten Songs, B-sides, and covers, but I'll get to this album eventually. Overall, I think this is a great album, and I feel it does a lot of things better than the previous works from Rise Against. And I highly recommend buying this album and listening to it. And that's all I have to say on this album. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review this Saturday.